Mehryn, happy Friday. Happy Selling Teams Room Day. Thank you, Tom, for acknowledging that I did post this on Tuesday saying it was close to Friday. But yes, it
Wishful
is finally
thinking, right?
Friday.
That's awesome. We've already got a lot of people in the chat. Tom was here a couple minutes early, and we have a lot. I think this is the most we're ever going to be trying to cram in 10 minutes, which is crazy. And I'm jealous. It looks like Simon says there's a long weekend in the UK.
Long weekend in the UK, obviously.
I want that.
But not long enough, because Ignite is coming, Mehryn. Have you registered yet?
No, because I still can't decide if I'm going to do in person or virtual. I think the decision now is I will do virtual. I won't be joining in person, unfortunately. But yeah, I was sitting on the fence with that last week.
October 12th to the 14th. Make sure you register. Some exciting things are starting to come out. Those of you that might have seen Twitter or LinkedIn last night saw some of the recordings with Ilya and Sandhya. Exciting things, Mehryn.
Very exciting things. And I think we're going to have a lot more than ever around Teams rooms and hybrid work. And I think some of the content that we're going to share today is maybe a preliminary view of some of the content that you're going to be hearing people talk about in the coming months. So lots of exciting stuff coming. Very cool.
I think this just shows there's going to be a lot around Teams rooms. There's going to be a lot around Teams devices. If you are a partner, if you are an end customer that are using these devices, that are interested in these devices, make sure to register for Ignite. Make sure you get this Harness the Power of Teams Rooms and Intelligent Devices on your session list now, because it's going to be exciting. Mehryn, we've got some new research out as well.
I love research. I attended this last year. I was telling Jimmy, and actually you can go in and look at all the sessions from last year. A lot of data, a lot of great industry gurus that share their perspectives. I think last year there was some really great research on medical, vertical. We also had some on manufacturing. I think there was finance. It's just great. There's a lot around planetary computing and AI. I just like to nerd out, honestly, and this is one that you should definitely keep on your calendar, keep a lookout. There's a lot of good stuff there.
And I saw it pop up. Dave, it does feel like fall in New Jersey. I'm actually linen. I'm in linen in one of the last weekends that I'm probably going to be able to wear linen this week. There's a whole bunch of clothes that are going away this weekend, Mehryn. So,
you guys all that have seasons. We don't have that down here.
you guys just live in summer all year long. So,
yeah.
Podcast alert, Mehryn. Podcast alert.
I love podcasts, and this is one of my favorites. It's the Work Lab series. This is season 3 that's starting up September 22nd with some new hosts there. So add that to your list. This is on my Spotify favorites. So make sure you check that out and put it on your calendar.
Exciting podcast. Yeah. I'm really excited about the Work Lab updates. These are some of my favorite things that are there, and there's some new ones coming.
Yeah, and these kind of snuck in this week. I saw the one with intelligence there on the bottom right, and that really goes into the different ways that we're working and how data within Teams and all of the devices that we use kind of shares the way we interact, both within our teams and within our organizational structures. So that was really cool. But then awesome blog posts talking also about the spaces itself. So rooms was sort of mentioned in there. It talks about what is flexible work, how can we make flexible built into in-person and remote. So a lot of great conversations. And like I said, I think this is a good lead into what we might be seeing at Ignite, which is really awesome.
I think anybody that tells you that they know how work is going to be this time next year, they're not really telling you the truth, because nobody understands this. But what we can do is look at the data, look at all of the things and the trends that are coming through, and make intelligent decisions about how we all go back to work. And it's probably going to be different from organization to organization, but at least understand how some are approaching this. And I think these Work Lab updates are great. Also next week, Mehryn, we've got a great webinar. I'm signed up for this myself. Sat is actually going to be speaking about on the Viva topics and all the different things around Viva.
Yeah, and this is one that I think we spoke to maybe a week or two ago. I just wanted to make sure everybody didn't forget about it. It is also on the 22nd, so busy day on the 22nd, but we'll drop the link in the chat here shortly, so you can do that.
There's so many different virtual events to attend these days. Love to sort of bring it up and remind everybody, because we are the fastest 10 minutes of Teams rooms, but without Teams, there is no Teams room. So make sure that you sign up for these. And speaking of what's new in Teams, what's new in education came out. And I think, Mehryn, this really caught my eye, because it sort of shows even education is having that hybrid experience still. They're not all back, even though a lot of the educational facilities are back in session in person. There's still a remote aspect to it. So what's new in Teams really came out and sort of caught my eye this week.
Yeah, I missed that honestly this week. So I was excited that you added that in there. And there's always, honestly, within Teams as a platform, there's constantly new updates, and a lot of these don't just apply to education. I think there's some really great insights. I think it was the phones dashboard in there that I looked at. That was pretty cool.
And let's jump back to 1997, Mehryn. I need a new ringtone. How do I get a new ringtone, Mehryn?
Yeah. Oh, well, this one's easy. Actually, I already updated mine. It took me all of like 20 seconds. You just go into your settings. There's a drop down and you go and change it to party time. I think it's at the very bottom. I can't remember what they call it, but I'm just waiting for somebody to call me so I can have this jam out session, right?
It's a remix. So excited to see what's old is new again, kind of deal. So
awesome.
And what's old is new? Teams Rooms on Android. There was an update that just came out for Teams Room on Android. It's posted on the What's New on Android side. Michael, I think there's a whole bunch of things inside of here that we really want to look at, and we want to make sure that our partners are actually updating their devices on.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting things. I kind of like bullet point 3, improvements and bug fixes for video related issues. Always like to see improvement on the things that don't get like when I had a house, I was always about, let's update the plumbing and let's not paint the outside of the house. Let's make sure the structure was sound so we can then have a better house overall. So that kind of got in there. Other things, fit to frame automatically for incoming videos, team crops video better. So a lot of video changes here. And then, of course, Jimmy, Mehryn, your favorite thing, support for basic and pro licenses.
The new licenses are there. And
we'll talk more about licenses soon.
Absolutely. And speaking of Android,
I love how he just pops in and pops out. Like, where did he go?
I don't. He's in the background doing things. If you see the comments, you see everything else. We love having Michael on the show because it sort of eases us up from the other things. But our friends at Poly this week, Mehryn, Brandon actually posted, they're updating their version of OS. And it's exciting to see our partners take that initiative and really sort of help our customers extend the shelf life of their products, because updating Android not only does great things for the security side of your devices, it also extends your life. As you know, we sort of have that deadline for our partners to update from different versions of Android to newer versions of Android. And I think it's exciting. And I want to say congratulations and kudos to Poly for going out there and publishing, here's how we're going to do it, here's where we're going to do it, and here's everything. And Michael spoke about the Pro and basic licenses as well.
Yeah, and so Pro, this is a blog from Nicole Herskowitz that you're sharing, but there's a lot of good education that's been coming out over the last week, a lot of questions that people might have. So I actually think on the next slide, I shared a tutorial, about 45-minute training. If you've got deep questions on how the licensing model works, it goes through what it was, what it's changing to, what the transitions will be like. It goes through all of the dates. So this is a great session to check out and get all those answers within it. They also cover some great resources, including the licensing pitch decks, licensing updates, and where you can always kind of keep up to date. And this is Louise Ulrich that hosted that, and I think she did a great job.
There are a lot of changes, and it caught me off guard. I mean, as well prepared as we think that we are. I had a question from a partner about the cost of the licenses and what shows up inside of Teams Admin Center. I had to go back and I had to look at the frequently asked questions and things like that. So there are questions, there are answers, there's a whole bunch of information. But like you said, the resources are out there, and they're nice. And Michael, I think you're going to come off mute again. I want to say thank you to our partners at Logitech. They sent a whole bunch of us snacks. I was like an animal. I opened up everything and then realized, I should say thank you on LinkedIn. But it was great snacks.
What is this package? I open it up. I'm like, I need to take a picture of this and thank them. So I put my hungry animal to the side for a moment. You chose not to. You just like jumped all in and went, I should thank them. I should thank them, then jump in.
The cookies fit into my diet. They're small. They're insignificant, right?
Those are the best cookies ever. Those are my favorite. I'm now super jealous. I need to become, I guess, a luminary to be able to get snacks. Is that it?
Gummy bears are like these champagne gummy bears. And gummy bears are no fat. So they're no fat. So it's all
correct.
Awesome.
And I want to say thank you to our friends at Starin and Neat for a wonderful day at the Jersey Shore. I will fist pump for this one because I was all day. My alabaster Irish skin got a nice glow to it yesterday, Mehryn. We were out on the beach. We were inside. We were learning about Teams Rooms. We were learning about the products from our partners at Neat. We were learning about how Starin can fulfill all those products. So it was really a great day. Lots of people showed up. Lots of good food. I had double cheesecake. So
nice. I'm jealous.
And Michael and Mehryn, you're in Florida. You're in Florida, and this event is for you.
Yeah, so you made me super jealous with that. I'm thinking Michael and I are going to do a road trip down to this one.
Yep.
Make you jealous, right?
But we got to get a convertible with that. Wait for our hair for 4 hours and come out with our hair completely puffed up. Yeah.
November 6th. They've got a wonderful showroom there that actually shows off front row. And I think all of us have experienced those C-level executives that are coming to us and saying, I want this room. And if you have questions or if you want to go see exactly what that room looks like, go down to this event. It's down in Miami. It's a great time. And I think, like I said, you two are going to try to go. So
yeah, and we're not in the Miami area. For anyone in Central and South Florida, maybe even North Florida, come on down. Say hi.
Come on down. Yeah. And speaking of events, Mehryn, our colleagues over in India had a tremendous event last week in InfoComm India. So much so, Mehryn, Microsoft Teams rooms were actually recognized in the press release for all the partners, for all of the colleagues that we actually had at the event itself. So kudos to Crestron or Microsoft India for them to go out. Crestron is partners. All of our partners out there. I just saw the picture of Crestron out there. So I think that it was an important event and lots of people showed up, Mehryn.
Yeah, over 11,000 visitors, which is huge. And that is an ever-growing show. I love that InfoComm's got, I think it's 5 different places that they're in. And I want to say we did Australia. We covered that a couple of weeks ago. So exciting to see just the turnout across the globe. I think everybody's excited to get back, right?
Very excited to get back. Speaking of excited, next week we will, Michael, you and I will be hosting with Graham and all of our friends from APAC the MTD AMA. I'm sure there's a lot of questions out there. This is a live community event that we host. We do it live. We don't record it. Come on, talk to us if you've got questions. If you can help out the community with some things that you might have run into. All of those are the kind of things that we do on the MTD AMA. Mehryn, amazing time. We are a little bit long. For those of you that were in New Jersey yesterday, you know that I have a hard time sticking to 10 minutes. So I want to thank everybody in the community. I want to thank everybody who was in person yesterday. Mehryn, Michael, it's just been a spectacular response to this. And I say thank you to everybody every single week. And Michael, I think we have something coming up right after this, right?
We do.
He's on mute.
You're muted.
On mute.
We need a better producer. Who's producing this thing? Yeah. Hey, stay tuned. Selling Teams Rooms channel, also on the YouTube channel, right there. Martin Bohm and Center of Excellence, and then myself, Jimmy, others have been hosting a Teams Fridays podcast you may not have known about. We're doing it live, just like this. It's going to be a lot longer than 10 minutes. We ramble. We want it to be interactive. It'll be our first try, so there's been almost no notice, just because we don't want to hey, everybody come here, and then we don't do as amazing as we'd like to do. So it starts in 7 minutes.
All right.
Mehryn.
It's a DPSS learning day today, Jimmy, so that's good content for learning day. People can tune in and learn, right?
Tune in and learn. So yes, absolutely. Mehryn, Michael, everybody in the community, everybody that joins us live, everybody in the comments, thank you very much for everything. I hope everybody has a great weekend, and we'll see you next week, Mehryn.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for joining.